Welcome everyone back to the show. I'm your host Don Vick, and we back in the building. You already know what it is, what it should be, what it could be. We just had a special guest on the show, but it was Shug Jackson. Was just on the show. Great guy. Make sure you guys tune in, check him out, follow him, and see what he got going on in his future day. But today This is the last show of the night. We got a great guy coming on the show, a good friend of mine, and he is CEO and owner of an MMA um, uh, team. Gee, I forgot. Team makers. Something like he'll get it straight. So Johnny Nuckles was on the show. We're gonna bring him out. We're gonna talk to him. He's an actor, chef, boxer, you name it. This guy has done it. We're gonna talk to him, bring him on the show, and find out how his MMA fighting is going. So please welcome everyone, Johnny Nuckles, to the show. Johnny.
Oh, mate. How
What's
we
going
doing,
on,
brother?
mate? All right,
Oh,
all right.
all right.
So, you a man of all trades.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do a bunch of different stuff between acting and I'm a chef. I'm a boxer. I'm a coach. I own a fight team. All kinds of different stuff, mate.
Okay. That's amazing that you touch all different subjects. I mean, that's awesome. So let's just start with your main thing, the MMA fighting. I know you're a fighter. How long have you been fighting?
I've been in the MMA scene for roughly about 10 to 12 years now. I've had numerous pro fighters I've cornered. I fought myself, which is kind of what I'm doing now. I'm getting ready to make a comeback, mate. And so I took some time off to learn the sports, understand what's going on, and to help some brothers along the way. You know, there's a bunch of fellas that were going into this all by themselves, nobody to help them. So that's
Right.
where Team Nightmare came from. I just created it to help other people.
That's great. That's great that you're doing that for not for yourself but for other people to have an opportunity to get into something to a sport that they might like or want in their life, and that's amazing. Um, Tell us about your experience as a fighter in the MMA. What got you into the MMA fighting?
I used to manage a pub for like 10 years, mate, and we were always getting in fights anyways, which is kind of why I'm leaning towards the bare knuckle side of things, because that's more what we did. But yeah, for 10 years, we would have fights every night, you know, how the pub can get, mate. And it just became a thing after a while. A friend of mine who's a bouncer, he got a hold of me and he says, "Hey, mate, we always talked about doing it. You want to do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, hell yeah." And been crazy ride ever since.
Mm, wow, wow. How many fights have you say you've uh, done so far since you've been in that platform?
I've coached over probably 22, 23 fights, and I had two of my own. And I'm about ready to fight it July 30th for my pro debut in boxing. So I'll be doing that as my next venture. Plus my fighter, Caleb Kenny, there in the back. He's going to be going back into the octagon or cage, I guess you could call it, because it's not an octagon, uh,
Okay.
September 9th.
Wow. And where's all this taking place? Where's the location?
My fight is in Nebraska. And
Oh,
then my fighter's fight will be in Bangor, Maine.
oh, Bengal, Maine. What? No, New
Right
Hampshire.
about right above you, bro. Like
Okay.
in Maine, about where you Boston, I think.
Yeah, because that's where I'm from. I'm saying I'm from Boston. That
Yeah, yeah.
I could
About
probably make that fight if I if I get the right information. I can probably make that fight.
yeah, it's about 8 hour drive. It's a little long, but it ain't bad. It ain't brutal.
Right, right. Okay. So are you his coach in that fight? Are you coaching him? Are you
Yes,
going to be
sir.
on the ring side with him, coaching him through the
Yeah,
fight?
Yes, I've coached him for his past two fights already. He's he's going to be. I think we're taking home a W this time because he's hungry as one could be, mate. And I've coached him all along. He's a real workhorse. He's a hard-working guy right from day one. It's pretty good, mate.
Oh, okay. And have you won any belts during your career as a fighter? Any championship belts that you might have gotten?
No, I've never really won any championship belts per se. It's more or less. I've had a few students that went on for me, and they've won belts after they
Okay,
left my program. But that's probably more due to the new school they went to. I'll give them a lot of credit for that, so I'm not going to take their credit from it.
right.
But we do have Zach Ziggy Johnson's fight coming up in the UK, and this will actually be the first taste of Team Nightmare Gold or something along that line. So we're hoping to have good luck over in the UK, mate.
Wow. So yeah, I know Ziggy. I know Ziggy Johnson. Uh, been on my show. Great guy. I know he had a lot of losses in the past, and his training that he's been posting up, man, makes him look different. You can tell he's a different fighter. He's more into it. Um, his training it's 100%. He's there for hours training, and he did say that he was going to the UK for a fight a few months ago. I wasn't too sure when exactly was he going to go out to the UK and make this fight happen.
I believe his fight is August 19th.
August
Um,
9th.
so we'll be leaving probably, a couple of days ahead of schedule to get there and get acclimated to the scene. But yeah, he's training extremely hard. I expect everybody to be, very impressed with the new Ziggy Johnson they're going to see. He's not leaving any stone unturned. I think it's the best example you're ever going to see of the boy. He's that hungry, mate. That's all he does is train. I mean, it's really the only way in my mind for him to lose is to get in his own head and
Right,
sabotage himself.
right.
So
Yeah,
right now, the game plan is fight like you have no other fights ever again. Fight like it's your last fight, mate.
yeah. Fight like you're hungry. Fight like you
Right,
want it. Fight
and
like you want it.
he is extremely hungry. There's no argument. He has a lot of things he's got to prove to people in
Right,
his own mind. He believes, like I've let people down. I don't necessarily meant to do that. Was it me? Was it this? Was it that? So he's overcome a lot of demons just to get here, mate. So
right.
I hope a lot of people support him because he's a wicked good guy.
Yes, he
Nicest,
is.
nicest guy you ever meet in your life, mate. So
Yes.
I'm just hoping people get behind him and support him, and it's going to be a really good show. And we really look forward to hanging with the people of Manchester. Like we're not coming to cause chaos, but we are coming to take a bell home, mate. That's our
Right,
plan.
right. That's great. Um, you enjoy fighting more or training?
Oh, that's a tough one, mate. I like them both. I mean, there's something to be said about getting punched in the face. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I know a lot of people shy from it. They don't like it. It sucks. I mean, it does, but it makes you feel alive as well. I mean, so it's a catch-22. I mean, I like coaching though because the reward seems so much bigger than me.
right,
It seems like I'm doing something for somebody else to help them achieve their dreams. To me, that is like awesome. Oh, I mean, that's what I started this whole. That's all my good fortunes have come from is trying to help somebody else, mate. And so I think I like coaching more, but I'm starting to get a surge back. So you might even see me in the bare knuckle ring shortly.
yeah. I would love that. I would love to see you in action. I hear great things about you. Your name is well known. In that industry, Zachary Johnson talking. If you spoke to some other guys, and your name popped up, so you're pretty known in that arena.
Most definitely, mate. I mean, it's taking a little time. I mean, this bare knuckle thing is kind of, well, only in the last 2 or 3 years have we embarked on that, and it's kind of my baby because I just want to have somebody, because I don't know how much you know about MMA and cage fighting, but in MMA and cage fighting, there's takedowns, there's submissions, there's
Yes.
wrestling, there's running around, there's all kinds of crazy shit.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
No, it's all right.
Curb
It's
that.
all right. It's all right.
But what I'm thinking in my eyes, I really like bare knuckle because they come for you. Like you have to stand mano a mano. They're not running. They're not hiding. They're not
Right.
trying to avoid you. They're not trying to hug you. They're not trying to take you to the ground. I like the idea of punching a dude in the face and him punching me in the face, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's really intriguing. So the last couple, 2, 3 years, I just started getting into the bare knuckle side of things. But we've always done MMA and boxing and stuff. But so,
You know,
yeah. So it's all new to me. I guess all the popularity towards bare knuckle.
yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, Johnny. Out of all the sports, fighting sports, bare knuckle is the toughest to me.
I think so, and it's got
That's
way
the
more
toughest.
action.
Way more action, way more dangerous, and way more guts to
And,
have to
And
sit
in
there.
all fairness, though, it is not more dangerous. It actually is safer because it's just like in football. These guys get these concussions all the time from the blunt force trauma, where they can take it without it leaving a mark. You see,
Right,
see,
right,
even though the cuts and the bruises look horrific at times, and the hematomas are huge, they're getting far less brain damage because the cushion, you can't absorb as many blows to the dome. You see
right, right.
before they stop a fight because you'll get cut. So it's actually far safer if you go on the idea of you're getting punched by a bare knuckle versus a glove. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who says, "Well, that don't make no sense because of the glove," but it's the truth.
Wow, I didn't know that. I did some boxing when I was younger. Did some boxing, and we used to fight with 8 ounce gloves, and it felt like straight bare knuckles when you got hit, especially when you got a good one. When you get a good one, they give you a good one. It feels like they hit you with cement. You
Oh,
know,
imagine,
so
mate.
so I'm saying bare knuckles is. I mean, I know you wrap your hand around a strap and then you fight like that, but I think that's a more of a contact than you having gloves. You will feel it more.
Right, from what I understand, like the traditional boxers wrap and a traditional MMA wrap comes all the way up over, almost over the knuckles, not quite.
Right.
And then they run through and you get a big pad. In this, they cut it back to about here. I don't know, I'm in, not in the camera, right here. And it goes from here down. So I think it's more for wrist support than it really is like a hand wrap from a traditional
Yeah, yeah,
standpoint,
yeah.
because all of this is exposed, you know what I mean, the whole top of your fingers. So, but I mean, that's still, at the end of the day, if you ain't trained your knuckles to take that type of beating, you're going to feel it for like weeks, mate, because they're going to be swollen and it's going to be brutal. And that's the other thing. The fight don't get quite as brutal because of that aspect. After a while, their knuckles are chowder and they're not hitting even anywhere near as hard. And
Right.
as a rule of thumb, most bare knuckle fighters that are good don't hit you 100%. It's more like
A jab, like a
30 to 60, maybe. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because you got to save your knuckles, and a lot of it is body shots as well. That's a big
Right,
thing. It's more likely to get a body shot because you're not going to break your knuckle as
right,
much as you would if you hit them in the head.
right, right, right. Wow. It's I don't know. To me, it's a very tough sport. I would say tough sport. Um, and not too many people, you know, can get in that ring to do some bare knuckle fighting. I mean, you got to be a real tough guy to get in there and and take blows just like you give them. I've seen a couple of knuckle fighting challenges on YouTube and stuff because I strolled through it. Man, it's tough. Like you really have to have your pants put on tight, real tight to get in there and fight because some of these guys are brutal.
Some of these cats, mate, are straight up killers. I
Yeah,
think the average human would last 3 seconds in there with anybody, if they even made the 1 second mark with any of these guys. I mean, if you took somebody like Elvin Brito, who's the champ in my eyes, and he would tear a normal person, no matter what size this person is.
right.
You're gonna get shredded meat. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a really, really beautiful sport too. You know what I'm saying, mate?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
it is.
I mean, you can't look at it like it's all. Oh, it's Ziggy Johnson, eh, mate?
Yes,
Uh,
sir. Yeah,
you can't, it's not all horror, you know what I mean? Some of these
right,
guys can really take what Muhammad Ali said, the whole float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, and take it to a whole nother level, mate. I mean, because it's not like traditional boxing where you can get right in there and just send it for all it's worth, mate. So it's like a chess match in my eyes. You know, a lot of these guys have become expert chess players.
right.
And that's why I think it's going to blow up. I think it's a sport that's like right here in America and is soon to be up here. And it's gradually going every day, mate.
Right, right.
So, and it's huge in over in England and Ireland and all them other places. So,
Well, you know what, Johnny? It's funny you say that because when I first knew and learned about um, knuckle fighting, were was in England. I mean, in Ireland. Was in Ireland where I first saw that sport, and it's big in Ireland.
oh, it's big
It's
all overseas, mate.
yeah,
Like
but
it's
Ireland is like that's like we play football and basketball here, like that's our thing. Ireland, that's like bare knuckle is like their thing.
oh, mate, it's a whole different ballgame. I mean, I think these guys just do it for fun. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they even care about a ring. I mean, a lot of them are in hay bales and stuff, mate.
Yeah,
And they're tougher than nails. And that's
yeah,
what I'm loving about it. You're going to see some superstars that you definitely would have never seen in another sport because of they're homegrown people, you know what I mean? Like, but they've been doing it forever. It's not like a LeBron James or something. It's
right,
like this guy wasn't bred in collegiate basketball. You know, this guy comes straight from the field,
yeah,
straight to the ring, back to the field. You
right,
know, and that's intriguing because that means some of the smaller men, the poor people or maybe the middle class, are all going to get a shot at being someone. And they should because they're tougher than a bag of nails, mate.
that's right, that's right.
So I think,
Yeah,
yeah,
and,
go ahead, mate.
and I feel like everyone deserves an opportunity. You know, I think so. Um, Johnny, what does LFG mean? I see Zachary
Oh,
posted up.
all right.
LFG.
Let's effing go, mate. Let's effing go. Let's fucking go, mate.
Oh, that's
Uh,
okay. Okay,
Let's fucking go.
I'm thinking that's like a MMA three-letter word for something.
All
Okay,
right, no code word, no code here, man.
no
You just
problem.
straightforward.
Ziggy's funny as hell. Ziggy put
But he's ready, mate. That's how pumped up he is. He's ready to go. He was ready to go last week. He's ready to go the week before, the month before. I think his opponent is going to be really good. I'm not taking nothing away from his opponent because the guy is going to be tough. But I think this new Ziggy is going to be tough too. So
yeah,
I'm excited for him.
yeah. We was trying to see if we could, see Ziggy fight at celebrity boxing as well. Um, he was trying to get into celebrity boxing with Damon Feldman into that field. Um, but like I see both sides. I see what you do, and I see celebrity boxing. Celebrity boxing is more entertaining.
Right. It's like when I was doing pro wrestling, mate. It's
Right.
it's all a storyline. Oh, well, you know it kind of is. I mean, they want to take like that. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? That over promotion. Where you take and build the fight to an epic proportion, and you film it all, and the drama leading up to it is like part of it. And yeah, you're probably not looking at like professional boxers per se.
Right.
Some are good, really good boxers. I mean, I ain't Hazel, mate. He's a beast. He's real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
he's
there's some that it's more for show, and it's a brilliant idea. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
that
He's
matter,
one.
I would do it. I mean, I think it's fun. It would be
Yeah,
just for fun,
yeah,
It's
yeah,
great entertainment. Blow it up like Conor McGregor would or something,
yeah, yeah. Conor McGregor, one of my favorite fighters. Um, McGregor, and the last fight I saw with him, he broke his leg, man, and he was still wanting to fight. I'm like, this, where was this guy built? Who made this robot guy? He is a tough guy.
Mate, it's all that proper 12, Guinness, and potatoes, mate.
That getting tomatoes.
The
You,
Irish trifecta, mate. The Irish trifecta. That's worked for hundreds of years, mate. You can't go wrong. Breakfast of champions.
wow. I'm gonna try that. See if it works for me, Johnny.
Right, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So tell me a little bit of the chef. You was a chef at a point.
I still do it as a regular thing.
Okay.
I've toned it down a bit, but I've worked in some pretty high class places in Bar Harbor, Maine, Southwest Harbor, Maine, um, and I've grown into a self acclaimed chef because I've done it for years now. Like that was my profession before I started getting really serious into what I'm doing now. So it's fun. I like cooking. Cooking brings joy to people, so I
Right,
always like to do that. As far as the chef tale, it's just what it is, mate. You grind in the kitchen, you sweat it out. You say a lot of swear words. Uh, there's no. I know they make you look all glamorous on TV and whatnot, but it's what I mean, but you got to look for the diamonds in the rough. There's good parts and there's bad parts, just like anything in life.
right, right,
So,
right, right. So what about you did some boxing as well before you did the knuckle fighting, right?
oh well, that's what I'm going into right now. I'm going to actually be doing a traditional boxing match, my pro debut as a professional boxer. This is a glove boxing match in Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, for I can't remember the name of the event, but it's for EFL Elite Fighting League, I believe. And I'm fighting a 2-0 fighter named Ali Taha, and it's my breakthrough. I kind of have to do this to get some recognition, so I'm going to take this fight so I can get some bare knuckle action. Um, so this is kind of my step into that. I have not quite got a chance to play in the bare knuckle ring other than in training, and of course I am the Belfast, New York tryouts alum. I did go to BKFC tryouts and stuff, and got to train and work with some of the biggest names in BKFC at the moment, like Ziggy, for instance. Uh, I got to see Lorenzo Hunt, Elvin Brito, Jack Shady Grady, um, Devin Gibson, Art Disco, Christian Torres. I met Carlos Leon, Anthony Mills. A lot of great people from the state of New York that represent the sport very well. I so I got that on my resume as well.
That's awesome. Who would you like to fight, or you know who would you like to fight that you think will bring you a lot of recognition to the MMA fighting or knuckle fighting? Who would you think if you fight they will say, okay, we're gonna bring him in?
I think if I could fight, there's a cat out there named Gerald Gregory. Gerald Gregory, and he's a BKFC fighter. I think it would be good for both of us because I would be making a debut, so I don't need the champion. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if we're going to make a good fight, I think that would be great because he's been on a little bit of a down streak. And it'd be good for him to have a chance to possibly win a fight, like get back on track. Not that he's had a bad run, but, everybody runs into losses and whatnot. And I like him real well. He's a good kid, mate. And I think he's got a bright future. So I like to help him showcase his skills. I get showcase my skills. I think it would be a good build up. I wouldn't be against fighting Anthony Prater or Jack Shady Grady. I think Jack Shady Grady would be fun because we're both characters, mate. Like we both will. If you wanted like a fake, like I don't know, dollar store version of Conor McGregor and somebody else, that would probably be your one. Like your Wish.com version. Like. But I think it would be extremely entertaining because both of us are crazy in the duck shot and in the you know what. So it would be fun. I just think the build up alone would be epic. I mean, the fight probably would only last a round because we both be trying to kill each other, but it would be epic up until then. I promise you. So them a couple of the cats I'd like to fight, but my main goal right now is to get this pro boxing fight out of the way and take care of Ziggy over in the UK because I'm cornering him for that fight, and I've been helping him all the way along on this journey. So I think once that's done, we can make some game plans because I do have some acting I've been asked to do. We got a couple of offers for a few things. So I might be trying some of it out. I'm not saying I'm a great actor. I think I could do okay. Long as I don't have to talk a whole lot, mate.
Well, that's part of it, Johnny. Is you got to say your lines.
No, I'm okay with being that fella in the back. He just drinks his Guinness and he's just like, "Hey, mate,
Right.
like that's that
Another one. Another
that."
one. Another one, please. Lines like that, huh?
Right?
Johnny?
I
Take
just,
another one.
$50, $60 a whack. Hey, mate, good day.
You something else, Johnny. You hilarious. So, um, you know, uh, so you're acting, you're promoting fights, you're training. Um, Out of your training, the people that you're training right now, which ones you think have the chance to really become real good fighters and even become champions?
Well, a lot of my fellas are, they're young and hungry right now. I think my number one overall is my buddy and my friend Caleb Kenny. I really think he's headed in the right direction. I think he'll be a pro soon. I think with the right marketing and the right game plan, we can put him in a place, especially with my the company I'm with. If I can get him in with Prime Elite Management, maybe we can make some stuff happen from there because he's homegrown. It's kind of like I think he's really got it.
Right.
So I foresee a bright future for him. So he's one. I got another fighter named Chris Smith, who I think he has a chance. He's really tough. His last fight, he went all 3 rounds. He just got caught in the last round. And if you know anything about MMA,
Yeah.
getting out of the first round don't happen very often, mate.
No.
So he's got some potential. I have another boxer that's under my wing. His name's William Lagasse. He's got a really good. He's really got good hands, mate. I think he could be somebody. Um, so we got a bunch. Another member of Team Nightmare, Brendan Bearden out of Connecticut. He's a
Okay.
beast, mate. He's fought a few fights. He's had a rough stretch, but I think once he gets his mind where he wants to take on the world like he does, I think he'll be a force to reckon with as well.
Wow. So Johnny, where are most of your fights? Because I live in Boston. Maine is not too far from me. It's probably like a few hours from me. Because it's I'm in Maine, so it's Maine, Lawrence, Lowell, then Salisbury. Then I get into New Hampshire. Then I get to New Hampshire. Then after New Hampshire is Maine. So it's probably like 2 hours. Maine is like 2 hours from me.
Right. Like sometimes like we did fights in was it Deary, New Hampshire, not that
Yeah, I
long
know
ago.
Deering. That's
Uh,
that's like that's like 40 minutes from me.
we did fights in Portland, Maine. We do them in Lewiston, Maine, Auburn, Bangor. Um, I'm trying to think. We did them in Cape Cod before.
Okay.
Uh, we've done them in New York. We've done them. I'm trying to think of a few other places. But yeah, for the most part, that's New England, I guess, is the best way to say it right now. But
Right.
now that we're branching out to England and other places, we're getting more international known. And I think where I'm heading to Nebraska. And then someone in the organization, I believe, got a fight in Miami. So um, we're getting around. It's taken a long time to get to this point. I mean, when we first started, there was one place. We was only playing 1 gig a month. 1 gig a year or whatever, and now we're all over the place. I mean, I don't know if you saw it, but Zach Ziggy Johnson was on Times Square's
Yeah.
billboard, mate.
Yes, I seen it.
I mean, it don't get much bigger than that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty big time. So I
Yeah.
expect, the Team Nightmare brand, the Prime Athletics brand, um, Prime Elite Management, all of this stuff is getting bigger and bigger every day. And it's neat to look back, and remember when we were training out in the back field, like bare knuckle boxing started, or when we got our first small gym and it was about the size of a lawn shed, you know what I mean, mate? And now we got a good sized gym. We got good fighters. We got good trainers, mate. We got a lot's changed, I mean, and it's nice to know that it wasn't all just handed to us. Like it was earned. We put a lot of work into getting where we were at. So it's great to reap the fruits of our labor per se.
Right. So, do you have any like when you go to these fights? Do they be any you know any media there? Just the media be there to show the fights on say on TV or even on social media? Do you have anybody like that?
Oh, there's a couple different ones locally, and of course Planet Hank, he does a lot. And then there is Fightheads MMA. I've seen them a bunch. And then I believe my friend Ryan Jarrell has a show,
Okay.
and there's a couple other ones. You know what I'm saying, mate? Off the top of my head, I can't name them all because I can't remember them all. But they do
Right.
have some me Western Mass MMA. They
Okay.
uh they do stuff.
They cover the fights.
Yes.
Right. Because no, I was asking because that's something that I would love to do on one of your fights. Bring my camera up and put it live on my live show. The fights live straight on the Don Vic show, straight from wherever we at. That would be nice to cover one of the fights on my
Yeah,
show.
mate. I'm pretty sure all you got to do is ask for media credentials, and they'll hook you right up, and they'll probably put you right up to the front. If you're gonna give real time analysis and stuff like that, some minor commentary. You could also do the post and pre-fight interviews and stuff. Um,
Yes.
I don't think you need a pass for that at all, mate. You can show up and interview all of them. And I don't think as long as you can get a minute with them, mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it would be any problem with any of that.
Right. I would love to do that. Maybe come there on a fight and interview some of the fighters before the fight, maybe in the locker room, ask them about, hey, you got this opponent. How do you feel about going in there today? Blah, 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 and then go to the other opponent and say, well, how do you feel about this fight tonight? Whatever the case may be, and kind of interview them before they fight and maybe after the fight and seeing, who won and kind of interview them after that.
I used to have a page myself, and I still have it running. I just haven't used it in a while. It was a MMA news page. It was called New England MMA News, and I probably ought to get that running again. If you ever, I'm pretty sure it's still operational, and I got a lot of followers on there. If you ever do, mate, we can link that up, and you can have an extra distribution. You know what I'm saying, mate? If you're
Yeah,
gonna address it as a sports commentation, you know what I mean?
exactly. Well, Well, if I come to that event, that's what I'll be talking about. Nothing but the sport. You know, it won't be nothing else. It'll be just the sport, the fighters, who fought, who won. You know, why they thought that they lost. Were they ready for the fight? You know, did do they think they were prepared enough to come into the ring? You know, stuff like that. You know, so we'll do those type of interviews with the fighters.
Right, mate. I hear that. I like that comment. I'm surprised there ain't more fights in Boston, mate. Like, I mean, I am actually shocked that you guys don't have more fights over that way.
Well, I think we do, man. It's just that nobody has brought none, to Boston. I mean, Boston is known for sports, and boxing is one of the biggest things out here. You know, I just don't think no one has came here. I don't think. I mean, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure when there's a fight, people will pronounce it. And Johnny, there is a hotel called Encore Hotel here. They just opened, and it's a casino.
Oh, excellent, mate.
It will be wonderful to have one of those fights of yours in that casino.
Now, I did start an organization a while back with Anthony Mills and a bunch of them. It was called Amateur Bare Knuckle, mate. And it was going to take in some of these amateur guys and give them a chance to, learn the art of bare knuckle ahead of time. Well, anyways, long story short, I relinquished my spot in the company. And I have debated in for future things. Like I've got my hands into a million different things, and I have thought about making another bare knuckle organization on a lower level. Try the local aspect of it, and
Right.
try to do something like that. I haven't quite got too far in it because I got so many things going. Like I said, I mean, but someday, I mean, it's always on my mind. Like I would like to do it. So, oh, you never know. If I do, mate, I'll be coming to your neck of the woods, mate.
Yeah, that'll be great. You know, I think that will bring good revenue to you and to the fighters to be able to get a fight in that casino, um, or even in Atlantic City. You
Oh,
know,
definitely, mate.
uh,
And I think that's what the guys are doing with my amateur bare knuckle. I think he working with a couple casinos already. So I like that premise. It's a great place to do it in a great way to advance it because they're great venues. You know what I mean? A lot going
yeah,
on, excitement.
you can do a
So.
conference. You can do a conference one day. Talk about the fighters. Have the fighters meet up face to face. Do the weigh in, on that day, and then do the fight right in the Atlantic City. You know, and the reason why I say this is because I might I know a person that know a person that knows the person that runs the entertainment field in Atlantic City. That if I can get to talk to her and put that in her ear, hey, how would you think or feel about bringing knuckle fighting to Atlantic City as an event?
I'm all for dreaming, mate. Like hey, you never know. That's where the best ideas come from. Is you throw it out there and you might catch a fish. You never know, but you're never gonna make it. You're never gonna make that basket if you don't shoot the shot, mate. So
That's
you
right.
might, So I'm a firm believer. Yeah, I ain't got the game plan yet, mate. But hey, if we can get a hook on something, I'm pretty sure we can come up with the right answers.
Right.
So.
Because I'm talking to somebody right now to get to someone that's powerful in Atlantic City that runs the entertainment thing in Atlantic City in the Showboat Hotel. At the Showboat Hotel, she runs everything there, and we're gonna try to bring her on the show, and then I'm gonna talk to her on the side and see what feedback I get, and if she says, "Hey, we can make it happen," then you and I will sit down. I'll run it through you. We sit down and see how we can make it happen out in the Showboat at Atlantic City. Bring maybe some fights there.
Hey, mate, anytime. I'm up for anything, I mean, as long as I ain't getting punched in the face, I'm pretty sure I'm available.
No, no. So if I can make that happen, we'll sit down and we talk business. We'll sit
I,
down and we talk business because I think if this person gives me that opportunity to be able to bring you guys in there for entertainment, I think it's a win-win situation for everybody.
I'll agree, mate. I'll drink to that one. Salute.
Salute. So I'm gonna keep that in mind, Johnny. I'm gonna talk to some people, and I'm gonna see if if I can get in contact with this amazing woman that runs the Showboat Hotel, and I'm gonna run that by her, and see what she thinks about it. You know,
Oh,
and
mate.
let's say she says yes, right? Let's say she blesses us with that gift and says, you know what, sounds like a good idea, sounds like a good plan. Um, we would have to get some great fights in there, bring some great fighters, maybe some name brands to bring some of the crowd in to see the fight, and the business side of it. We'll talk
Oh
about
yeah, mate. Well, there's a lot of fighters out there right now looking to, show the case their skills, and they're all really good fighters, mate.
right.
So I don't think you'll have any trouble getting somebody to come knuckle up for you. I mean,
Yeah,
I think most guys will do it. You know,
yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
else is there to do? I ain't got nothing better to do.
Nothing else
Uh,
to do but get my face punched in.
right? I mean, it makes for a good weekend, mate.
Oh, Johnny, you crazy. Hey, I'll be walking around with these for about a month because my eyes will be
Right?
my eyes will be swollen.
Show us on the doll, mate, where they hurt you.
Yeah, okay, some bandages and some ice. Wow. So what's your main goal right now, Johnny? What's
Uh,
the
my
first yeah.
my main focus right now is to get these fighters ready for their fights, get ready for my fight, and start branching into some acting and stuff because I've been writing a couple of screenplays myself. I got some stuff set in like late 1800s and stuff, mate. So I like to hook up with a producer, which I think me and Ziggy are meeting one when we go to the UK.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pitch my ideas to a few guys, and and if there's others out there that would be willing to work with me, I got some really good ideas. I like to, work on something like that. But mostly it's training and fighting. And promotion. We got to do a lot of promotion.
Yeah, promotion is the key. That's why we're here on the Don Big Show. That's what I do. I promote. I help promote people, and that's why I asked you if you needed my assistance when it comes to your fighting, where I can bring my cameras up and put it on social media live because that's going to bring more people to watch your fights. Even if it has to be through my channel or any other channel that's out there recording live. Um, I don't pre-produce anything. I don't record anything and then cut it. Everything I do live. So what you see is what you get at the moment. And I record it for those that miss it can go back on my page and watch it live. You know,
Nice, mate.
because
Nice.
I don't like to miss anything. So I record everything live. Everything I do is live, from recording a fight to interviews. Everything is what they see is what they get right then and there.
If I could take just 5 seconds, man, I do want to do this. I got these bracelets on my arm here. For
Okay.
my these represent my brother, Mike Shorey, mate. He's battling wicked bad cancer, mate. Every day is a struggle, and he fights every day. And if anybody gets a chance to go sign off and say hashtag fight like Mike or hashtag Shorey strong, I would appreciate it. I mean, they can always use the support, and he's a great friend. And he's just in some hard times with this cancer stuff. And I did want to give him a shout out before I forgot about it, mate.
Okay.
So much
Yeah.
respect to Mike and his
Man,
battle, mate.
right. Mad respect to, and we wish him well. I lost my father over cancer, so I understand exactly his struggle and what he's going for. But the thing is this, he's still out there doing what he loves to do. He's not
Oh
letting
yeah,
it
mate.
fall, and that's the key. Keep fighting, keep fighting till the wheels fall off. You know what I mean?
You never find a stronger person, will wise or physically. He's a fire, mate, and you can't bring him down. So he's tougher than a bag of nails. But I just want people to, if you get a chance to, and you know him personally, or you want to check him out or whatever. They own a farm and stuff. So any help you can do, if you want to donate or something, I'm pretty sure they get some GoFundMe's or some other things to help them out, So I like said that because on my walkout shirts, I'll be having that on them as well, saying
Okay. That's
hashtag
awesome.
Shorey Strong and hashtag Fight Like Mike.
Yeah.
So it's something I'm passionate about, and I want just to let him know that we care and keep fighting, brother. You got this.
Right. Maybe you can do a fight for him. Just
Right, man.
representing the fight is recommended. This fight tonight is sponsored by Johnny Nuckles for the cancer or donation for cancer for him. And maybe bring some equipment, some shirts and hats with his name on it or cancer something, and sell them at a fight. Have a stand where we can sell them.
I'm
You know,
already in the process of coming up with a scenario where I can sell merchandise and try to get him a percentage to it. You know what I
that's
mean?
awesome, Johnny.
It's just like anything, though. I need like three more of me, and two of them gotta be harder workers than I am. I need
Yeah,
something. There's just not enough hours in the day to make everything happen. So, it's on my list, and I really would love to help him. Mate. So,
yes, yes, yeah. We will. I would love to help him too. And but I'm definitely gonna reach out to this young lady out in Atlantic City and see if we can get Bare Knuckles in there. Every other month to do a performance or a fight at the Showboat Hotel. I mean, my brother Damien's doing it already. He's doing it already with celebrity boxing. He goes from there to Miami. He got both spots, but I'm pretty sure that the hotel will be willing for more business from a different category of fighters.
I like to check out the celebrity boxing. So, Damon, if you got a minute, you send me some tickets, mate. I want to come check you guys out. I like what you're doing. I'm a big fan of the celebrity boxing. I think it's a good thing. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of frustration in the entertainment world, and it's good for them to go beat the crap out of each other for
Yeah,
my entertainment. So, I'm a big fan. Whether I could get to box with them or not, I'd just like to be ringside, have a pint, and watch it go down, mate.
yeah,
It's wonderful.
yeah. It's fun. I've been there and I've met Hazel and I are good friends.
I
Hazel
like Hazel. Hazel, she's really good, mate.
He's a good dude. And I met young CEO Mike Mazza, Ryan Delton, that's the trash talker of the
Yeah,
world.
right. He don't
I
ever
love,
stop, mate.
I love Ryan. Ryan is a riot, but I love him to death. So I met Ryan and I met a few people. I know Damien. I met Damien personally, great guy. And and I love what he's doing. He's come from a rough background and a lot of stuff happened in his life to where he's at today. I congratulate him, man. It's a great hustle. He stuck with it, and now he's being really, really successful with celebrity boxing. There's a lot of people coming out, a lot of celebrities being on that on his on his roster of fighting, and I just come out when every time he's in Atlantic City, I go out there and I check out the fights, check out the fellas, interview some of the fighters while I'm there if I can, and just kick it with the fellas and stuff. But I believe that if I talk to the right people, um, we can see what can happen with knuckle fighting. See if we can bring that to the Showboat Hotel out in Atlantic City.
I believe there's a market for it, mate. I think
Yeah,
people would eat it right up.
yeah,
And I think there's room, I mean, there's only two like big bare knuckle organizations right now, so I think there's room for a lower level. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Something, and I think it would go great. I think it's really rising right now. It's a big thing. I think from a movie standpoint, I think there's a bunch of movies to be made
Oh,
from it as
yeah.
well.
Look at
I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Like some really good, either 1800s bare knuckle type stuff or even modern day tell the
yeah,
story of what's happening now.
right. Because
So,
even I'm sorry, because even this guy, what's his name? He does a lot of cage fighting. This actor, what Van Damme.
oh yeah, yeah.
He does a lot of knuckle fighting and kickboxing. In his movies. Um, and I think that it's a growing sport, and I think if we connect with the right people, if we be at the right spot, I think this will grow within a year. Man, we'll be somewhere. It'll be probably as popular as boxing because people love People love drama, especially
Oh, big time, mate. Big time.
especially fight like
I'm
street fight. They
I'm
love that.
making a whole career off it. Drama it sells, mate.
It does. It does. So I think you got something going on there. I'm gonna see what I can do on my side as far as reaching out to someone that my friend knows from the showboat that the person is in charge of some section there, and we talk to them and see, put it in their ear and see what they say. If I get good feedback, I'll definitely call you personally, and we'll sit down. We'll talk about how we're going to do this and make this so we can make some money, right? Make some money,
Right,
have
man.
fun, and help people like your brother there that got cancer. With
Right.
whatever it is that we can do.
I would honestly be willing to create a company and have it as a non-profit where it goes to right to the people, mate. I wouldn't even be against that. You know what I mean? Like the first ever
Um,
organization that ain't trying to skim off the top and give it right back. Make it so the fighters are really getting compensated what they're worth, mate, and give the money to some people that could freaking use it in this economy, mate.
right,
Um, I wouldn't. That would be my ideal plan. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's money to be made for the guy putting it on. I get that, but I
yeah,
think that that's two things I would address in my company.
right.
I would
Well,
want them to get paid properly, and I want to get money for the helpless, the people that need it, that could
right.
use it.
Right. Well, that all can be done when it comes down to the paperwork, to the agreements that we come to as business men. Say, okay, we're going to put an example. We're going to put 3% is going to go to the nonprofit organization for cancer.
Mm.
1% or 2% is going to go for this. Straight off the top, it's going to go to these people, and then the rest of the percentage we deal it for the fighters, for the people putting the fight together, for the owners, for whatever the case may be. We'll split the rest of that way. And I think that's a great idea because I'm about helping the people. So if we can make this happen, that'll be a great idea. I'm with you
On
100%.
that.
I'm with you 100% with sharing the love, sharing the wealth uh, for those that need it. Homeless, people with cancer, people in need. Um,
Hey, but
and
mate, whoever we can help, I mean, we
yeah,
ain't got to take it all, I
right.
mean,
We can't take it all. It's not fair. It won't
no,
be fair. It won't be fair.
and it will
So
help them all. Everybody will be helped in it. It's a good idea in theory. But like I said, I'd also like to get into some of this filmmaking. If some of you producers out there they want to do something, you want some project ideas, mate, hit me up because I think the bare knuckle field, and I got people that can act for you and do a lot of this stuff. I think we could make some really good movies and tell the story of combat sports, because I think we get a bad rap a lot of times, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I think unless you see it as art, like we see it, you know what I
right,
mean? Like, we're like, that's fantastic, mate. That was great.
right,
Even though that dude looks like a horror movie, mate,
yeah, yeah,
um, I still think, because it's not like what they see. If they knew, like, I'm a firm believer in their backstory. For instance, I've been in fight camp for a month right now. Like, nobody knows that. They don't know I go to work every day. Then I
yeah,
go train 2 times every, and I run and I do this and I have a family, mate, and I
right,
got a house and I got bills. And,
yeah,
well, I think there's a side to this that is really intriguing. What happens when we go off the deep end? You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
it's so damn frustrating. Like uh, the electricity triples, mate, and this is happening, and then
And you're looking for a fight, and no
r-
fights are coming, and you're trying to get a fight to pay the bills. Like, yeah, I get it. There's a story behind it. I think every sport has a story to tell. But I think bare knuckle fighting definitely has a statement to make as far as how it starts, what people go through to get to where they at, and how difficult it is to get those great fights to be making the good money because it's not easy.
Well, see, this is the other thing. Like, a lot of people don't realize you gotta have a manager, you gotta have promotion, you gotta have a PR, you got all this stuff. You gotta have people doing. You gotta have a great graphics artist like I got. You gotta have a great videography team. You gotta
Yeah.
have all this stuff just to barely get by, mate. Because
And
it's not like it used to be. Like, you don't get fights these days by being the best boxer. That's the hang up, mate. It's about how many people I got on TikTok, how many people I got on Instagram, how many people I got on Facebook,
right.
and my YouTube channel. Is it blowing up? So to get these fights now, a lot of promoters are like, "Well, I'm not going to give you no fight because yeah, you're the greatest fucking fighter in the world, mate, but
But nobody knows you.
nobody knows or cares to even talk about you."
Right.
So it's like, well, how can he have the belt and nobody cares, like it's happened a couple of times through the years with other companies. You see a
Wow.
guy get there who wins the bout. He's an amazing fighter, but he has a personality of a sea clam. You know what I mean? Like, he don't talk, he don't promote. It's
Yeah.
just like, I'm a bad man, game over.
Right.
And I think that's where a lot of them lose out on. I think Colby Covington talked about it a bit, where they were like, "We're gonna cut you," and he turned into like another personality. He had to
Right.
to,
Yeah.
to rival the Conor McGregors and these guys are coming in there like it's WWE. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're. I mean, there's a reason Conor McGregor is so successful, mate.
That's
There's
right.
so many components to it. Yes, he was a great fighter, but he had the whole package, mate. It's
Yeah.
all of it. He had marketing in his brain. He had business. He had promotion. He had it all
Distribution,
figured out.
distribution, and all that.
Right, all of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And he's still doing it, and he's not even fighting half the time now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like his club, the Black Forge, right now is the most sought after destination in Ireland
Wow.
to go visit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping when we go to the UK here in August, I might get to pop in there, mate, and see what's up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, and so that's a moniker I think a lot of fighters are following now, though. Like it kind of mucks it up a bit, though. Like you
Yeah.
get all these guys and blah 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 and blah 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 and blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and then it's like come fight time. Most of them can talk, but they can't fight now. So it's like
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
happy medium. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
but there's a couple people that you'll see in the industry coming up that have character, personality.
Yeah.
They don't come off like a douchebag,
Yeah.
so you're going to have a chance. So I think there's a lot of room for the sport to grow and get bigger with stars like Tom Schoaf and Elvin Brito and Bobo O'Bannon, one of the greatest fighters in the heavyweight division.
Mhm.
There's just so many great people that have personality. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they bring the whole package. So it's going to start getting better. Same with celebrity boxing. I think some of these fighters that he's locked down, I think are starting to realize like we get this is our chance. Like, yeah, we're not real fighters, but if we blow this up, it could be
Yeah.
something. So to get
Right.
back to my point, that's where all your social media views are so important now.
Right. Right.
They ne-
And I'm sorry. And
not
Damien is so good. Damien filming so good with helping people, because he does got celebrity fighting, but he also got people like you and me that are not celebrities, that are just regular people involved with celebrities to fight. And I think that's so dope because he's giving people opportunities, to become someone, to become famous, to put some money in their pocket. And that's why I love Damien strategy of business because
it's kind of neat in America or anywhere, I suppose. Business is an art. You know what I mean? Like to
yes,
to do this, to manage, to promote, it's all one big masterpiece if you do it right. You know what I mean? And I think it started with like Muhammad Ali and a few of
yes,
them guys.
yes.
That's when the world start realizing that like if John L. Sullivan, for instance, the great bare knuckle boxer, had like the promotion they have today, he
Oh,
would be. It would be like unreal, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he would be the greatest ever, you know what I mean? And he would be known, even though he was known worldwide, he would be like blown the hell up,
yeah,
mate. And that's the thing. These days is way different for the little man or the unheard of to become heard of.
right,
So I do like that part about social media.
right, right. And you got to go out and you got to put out the work, you know, to be known. And TikTok right now is just a very everybody's on TikTok, and I think it's even uh, getting more popular than YouTube. You know, a lot of people crossing over to TikTok, and TikTok is amazing right now. It's off the hook. I be on TikTok. I put up a couple things, you know, where I be at and stuff. I talk about the fights, or sometimes, and you know, I get like mad views. Like I'd be like, wow, I just posted this up like a little bit, and I got mad people on my page. You know, so social media is where to go if you're an entertainer.
I'm
Um,
thinking really heavily. I've been working on an idea for a TikTok page myself of a show called Piss Off Mate. And it's all kind of like it's kind of like that on Family Guy when the fella does you know what grinds my gears. It's gonna be something like that, you know. It's like, you
yeah,
know, stupid things in the world. It's like, you know, I need to have a sippy cup for my meal. Really, mate? Piss
yeah,
off. You
yeah,
know, drink the goddamn thing. I mean, what's up with all these girly salsa drinks? You know, piss
yeah,
off, mate. So I've been working on something like that as well. So I get what you're saying. Like TikTok is the new YouTube, but compact. It's like the
compact.
compact version, mate.
Yes, it's like very advanced, man. Everybody's on there doing all types of things, and people getting so much views, you know, and the fact that TikTok pays if you get a certain amount of views, man, they pay you for just posting stuff up, which I think is fabulous. And I think that's why a lot of people are over there trying to get that number to get a check from TikTok. You know, Facebook does it, but Facebook is, you know, it's not really into paying people, you know, much for what they do, which I think they should, you know, because we keep Facebook going. You know, we're the ones
Oh,
that keep it going.
you're not wrong, mate. I mean, we do so much free promotion on it, but that's a good thing, though. You know,
Yes,
I mean, I gotta give it that. I mean, yeah, we ain't getting no royalty checks per se,
right.
but one thing is it seems to be connected to everybody.
Yes,
And we get a lot of free promotion. And back in my day when I was playing in rock bands and country bands and stuff as a lead guitar player, like promotion was such a hard thing to find. You know what I
yes,
mean? Like you
yes,
had to literally go out there and like with a magic marker write up a poster and do
yep,
like 400 of them sons of bitches and
yep,
run them up and put them on telephone poles and
yep,
whatever. Call your friends, you know, on the dial
yep,
phone and stuff, mate. And you're like,
yep,
hey, we got a show.
yep,
And
yep.
so it's a big stretch from them days. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Like
much easier.
where it's so much like with my last band, Deep Six. We had an album out and stuff, and we had a couple good hits, and they never hit the charts or nothing, but they were good songs, and it was so much easier to promote. I mean, within minutes, I could get like 5 or 6 gigs. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, you would work your ass off to get one, like every month if you were lucky. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Trying to find a legit place that wasn't already overrun with these grandfathered bands and, you know, bands
yeah,
that have been there forever, so that I get the upper hand. You don't get to come in because, you know, and nowadays you can be like, well, the hell with it, mate. I'll make a video, put it on YouTube, and
yeah.
they'll call me tomorrow. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So
That's right.
it is back in though. You couldn't do that. You were under the thumb of the man. You know, like if there was 3 bands in my area that were really good, you weren't getting into any clubs they played at because
Right.
they had them all locked down. And all 4 bands, I should say, one per every week of the month. You know what I mean?
Right.
They do double whammies. So nowadays, though, you could be a nobody in a band, and boom, you got a gig, mate.
Right. So you know, it's. I'm glad that you came on board because now I actually get to see who Johnny Nuckles is. Right, because I known you for a while and we spoke for a while, and I just never got to actually speak to you and see you in person. But it's great having you. You know, I think you got something going on here with this knuckle fighting. I think this is going to blow up. You know, and within a year or two, with the right promotion, with the right people, I think this will be something huge.
Oh,
And
I agree, mate. I do. I really do.
yeah, and if I can be a help of putting it together, or at least trying to get it somewhere where it can, bring avenue for everybody, and maybe we can help the unfortunate, like people with cancer, the poor people. Man, that'll be beautiful as well.
Also, mate, if I get my T-shirts made up and I put my sponsors on the back like I normally do, mate, I'll make sure to put the Don Vic show on there,
Oh
get
man,
you some
thank you, I
free
appreciate
advertising,
it.
and
Thank
we'll
you, thank you.
also wear them same shirts over in the UK, mate. At least
Oh
I will. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And
Well,
I'll try to get you some free promo.
dang, that's awesome. Thank you so much. And you might have people approach you because I got a lot of people from the UK that come on the show and show me support and love. You never know. You might walk in there and they see my name on your shirt and be like, "Hey, I watched that. I watched that show."
Right, mate? I know all about it, mate.
Yeah,
Or one last thing I would like to say, if we're getting close to the end here, is
yeah.
that I really one of my acting things is this Johnny Nuckles is a persona. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think I'm either from Britain or I'm from Australia or something, mate. But actually, I normally talk pretty normal. I don't really have an accent or nothing. Straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Johnny, you something else. I'll tell you, you need to be an actor. You
I'm
need.
telling you, man, I don't do too
I'm
bad.
telling
You know, like I can fake it
you,
with the best.
you can. You're something else. I mean, you got
I'll be
you got
like Ben
the accent on
Affleck. I'll
point.
figure it out 15 minutes to game time.
You heard me? You got that on. You got that on point. That accent.
Right, man? I appreciate
Oh,
that, bro. I appreciate that, bro.
for real.
Hey, I'm like a
You
broken clock. I'm right twice a day.
know. Oh shit. So is there anything else you would like to tell the viewers, um, about you, or what? Let's tell them what you got. Let's talk about. Tell them when is your next fight and where is it located.
Like I said, my next fight is in Lincoln, Nebraska. It'll be July 30th. I do believe I ain't sure yet if they got a pay per view link. Once soon as I get it, I will obviously post it. You'll all see it. Um, And as far as Ziggy's, they do have pay per view link already to go. I think you got to just log on. It might be on Fight. I ain't sure. It could be on Fight TV. It could be on a couple different spots. But check Zach Ziggy Johnson's Facebook profile or Zachary Johnson, and you probably can find the link to what you're looking for. And I do believe tickets are available for both shows.
Okay.
I'm not sure where to go yet for the tickets on my show, but I'm pretty sure Ziggy's got the link on his page for his.
Okay. Okay, that's awesome. So, once you get it, send it to me. I'll put it on my page as well and promote it, for the fight. But again, Johnny, anytime you're doing anything on this side of town, please hit me up because I'm available, and you never know who I might know that can help us out or help you out in certain situations. But definitely the showboat in Atlantic City. I'm going to reach out to a friend of mine that knows someone there to see if we can talk some business, and depending on the feedback, I'm definitely going to call you first, run it by you, see what you think, and if it's a go, then we'll sit down and we'll do some talking and hopefully bring a fight to Atlantic City.
Yeah, yeah, man. And I'm down. I every once in a while I'm down your way because the home of I'm on the board of directors for Prime Athletics and Prime Elite Management,
Okay.
and our home base is right there in Massachusetts. So
Wow.
I'm down there every once in a while to either get gear, and for that matter, if you guys get a chance, go to www.primeathletics.com and check out our website and see. There's a bunch of gear there. I believe if you put my code word into the box. It's Nightmare 10. You get a 10% discount on any Prime Athletics gear.
Okay.
Um, so check them out. We got MMA gear, shorts, shirts. I ain't sure what's on the website right now, but go check them out. And and like I said, we're down your way all the time. So I mean, next time I'm down there, man, we'll have to hook up.
Yeah, yeah. Hit me up. I'm over at the Rockland, Massachusetts, which is probably 25 minutes away from the city where I moved from. I went from the city out here to the suburbs, but I love the suburbs. It's nice and quiet. Nobody knows where I I rest in my cow house.
Right,
Hey, I'm out front. Come outside, but dude, I'm sleeping.
my man.
Yeah, but I'm in Rockland, Mass. So anytime you come out here, if it's for an event, hit me up. I'll come down there and support the show, and whatever we can do. for you guys, we'll do it. So I want to thank you, John, for coming on the show. You've been great. I wish you the best on everything you're doing. Big shout out to Zachary Johnson, my man Ziggy. And we're gonna wish him the best on that fight. And we're gonna keep watching you guys do your thing.
All right, mate, you're great. We love you. And
love you too, Johnny.
we're big fans of the Dawn Vic show, mate. Everybody tune in. Make sure you check out all of them. He had a great show last night with the Hammond brothers.
Yes.
You know what to do, dog. And you know what time it is. Time to knuckle up, mate.
All right, Johnny. Thank you. That was Johnny Nuckles, man. Great guy. Millie, I'll call you in a second. Give me 1 second. I'll call you right back. Just Johnny Nuckles. Make sure you follow him, support him. You know, what he does is great. Knuckle fighting is a whole different animal. And it's a great sport for those that love boxing, for those that love fighting, MMA fighting, boxing fighting. That's what you need to see. And make sure you guys support him and show the love. So I want to thank everybody for coming on the show. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you for supporting my man Johnny Nuckles and my man Suge Jackson that was on here tonight. Big shout out to all of y'all that logged in. And remember to share, shake, and share is caring. It's your boy Don Big from the Don Big Show. And I'm going to leave y'all with peace, love, and respect. And we'll see you next weekend with some other great guests that are coming on the show. So people, peace out. Love ya. And I'm out of here.